Hello Ghana and welcome to another edition of Iron Port brought to you by Star Assurance, UT Logistics, also GCNet and the Royal Bank. Iron Port has a new partner, and that's the Business and Financial Times. If you get a copy of the Tuesday edition of BNFT, you should be reading a lot more about whatever happens on Iron Port. BNFT believes we should bring the activities of the port closer to the public and also make the port business a lot more transparent. BNFT, Business and Financial Times, is Africa's leading source of business news. This week, the Attorney General's Department has replied to the Ghana Community Network Systems, saying that they will never breach any contract should they go ahead and contract West Blue to engage their single window system. Let's take a listen to this story. Available information reaching Iron Port indicates that Government of Ghana has made progress with its plan to sign a single window agreement with West Blue Consulting Limited. Credible sources reveal that the Finance Ministry has secured approval from the Public Procurement Authority to use sole sourcing in contracting West Blue Consulting to operate what has become the controversial single window platform at Ghana Sports. This move may heighten the controversy surrounding the entire transaction, as already interest groups such as the Concerned Freight Forwarders and Traders Forum and the Association of Importers and Exporters have threatened legal action, among others.
We don't understand why they will go and pay money for GCNet for work done, and they go to West Blue and same job that they will pay money again. Duplication of functions is what we are going. So I do 100% endorses that court action.
We wish to appeal to the President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, to, as a matter of urgency, suspend the deployment of the single window by West Blue to prevent the shame of the Nigerian experience and also prevent the payment of any future judgment debt.
The Ghana Community Network Services, GCNet, had earlier written to the Ministry of Trade and Industry, cautioning government against possible breach of contract if it went ahead to sign a contract with West Blue to engage them to implement a single window and risk management project. But in a sharp response from government, the Deputy Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Dr. Dominic Ayini, confirmed to Iron Port a statement from his outfit to GCNet, indicating that there will be no breach of any contract agreement on the part of government with GCNet because the National Single Window Program being undertaken by government is wider in scope and content than what GCNet is currently implementing. Quote, finally, it is important to note that the National Single Window Program being undertaken by government is definitively wider in scope and content than that which GCNet claims to be implementing as an integral part of the TradeNet, unquote, the statement said. According to the act that establishes the appointment of Destination Inspection and Trade Export and Import Amendment Act of 2000, Act 685, the Minister of Trade may in writing appoint inspectors to conduct the destination inspection of commercial import at the port or point of clearance of the goods as affirmed by the Trade Minister.
The destination inspection companies work with my ministry. They correspond with me every month, every single month in one transaction or the other.
This has also raised concerns about why the Chief of Staff wrote to the Finance Ministry to, quote, take the necessary steps to secure the public procurement approval in order to engage West Blue on single source basis, unquote, while in fact the Trade Ministry is responsible for engaging such companies. The Trade Ministry relatively rather seemed to know little about the contract arrangements with West Blue.
We have been advised that a company called West Blue has been identified to play a certain role in that area. I'm not aware of the I don't know the scope of its work. I have not been tasked to undertake the exercise of defining the scope of work. So when the scope of work has been defined and a contract has been signed with it, then we all know what they'll perform.
You don't think it will be duplicated as GCNet is already doing this?
I can't speak to that at this stage. Discussions are ongoing on that matter.
A similar situation happened when Banksway showed up in Ghana and the Trade Ministry at the time pushed responsibility to the then Ministry of Finance.
I guess maybe the Finance Ministry was also looking at plugging the holes that existed in the financial regime of government.
So what is it at all about import inspection and valuation systems that seem to expose differences between the Finance Ministry and Trade Ministry? Iron Port will continue to dig more on this subject and update the general public in subsequent episodes. So we'll continue to follow that particular story and bring you developments as they unfold. In the meantime, we have been warning you about fraudsters who are using the name of the port to dupe unsuspecting customers and port users alike. Take a listen. Management of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority continue to make passionate appeals to the general public to stay away from individuals who claim they can offer you vehicles to buy from the ports at cheaper prices. Unfortunately, many Ghanaians visit internet selling platforms like Tonaton.com and OLX.com, pick up numbers of car selling agents who lure them to pay monies through mobile money in the name of selling them cars from the port at cheaper prices. Enoch Akuteni is a victim and shares his experience.
Yesterday when I called him, he says he had 3 cars that they are auctioning. So he told us that because it is getting late, and I may not be able to get here before the end of the day or the end of the closure of the documentation. I can deposit that amount for 2,000 for him to process the thing. The car's amount was 5,000 as the base rate. So that was when I said, okay, if that I can trust him. So he gave me the account number where I went to the bank and deposited. That is yesterday evening. He deposited 2,000, and then he told us to come in the bank.
Which bank?
Calbank. He said we should use Calbank, and the account name is Ocean Motors. And he later on said that we can even do it money transfer from any of these people here.
This is how Enoch received instructions from his swindlers.
Okay, no problem. We are experiencing a problem.
What problem is it?
Set me for the entry. The reason for payment, almost me say to enter into the port. So almost say there is nothing like that. Me see how far.
My brother, the process is what happened. Because if you were even at the bank or by now you should have finished the transaction.
I'm standing right in front of the counter.
So what do you want me to do now?
Can you send the agent to come and help me out?
He's waiting.
I did the same transaction yesterday from the same Calbank, and then I'm going back to the same Calbank, and so that is why they are asking me a lot of transactions.
You are taking something for us. You are making an item for us. You are making the deposit. The bank, you are just making the deposit. You are not telling the bank anything.
So that is why I said, get me somebody.
You tell them that you are doing you change the bank. If they don't have money, then you change the bank. It's very simple.
To which bank do I go again?
You have so many banks that can do
UBA.
Bank. Let me tell you the banks.
Go on.
About 50 Ghanaians, including journalists, bankers, marketing executives, doctors, pastors, military and police officers, have all been duped in these practices within the past few months.
Quite a number of fraudulent cases are reported in the port community every year.
The victims of these fraudsters are not necessarily the uneducated ones. There is one case in particular in which the fraudster, while at the police station, having been arrested, managed to persuade one of the police officers that he would give him a car to buy for the police, and the police inspector parted with 4,000 Ghana cedis to this criminal, and he later detected that he had also been defrauded.
A marketing executive a few weeks ago reported of being defrauded of 9,000 Ghana cedis, and like Enoch, all such monies were sent to the swindlers through mobile money.
So pay this money to this mobile money accounts, and then they also go and pay without taking the time to verify whether indeed those people even exist or otherwise, or whether those companies exist or otherwise. GPHA does not operate mobile money accounts.
Persons also trying to use social media and various networks such as Tonaton and OLX, creating the impression that GPHA is auctioning cars, and therefore normally lead their unsuspecting victims to transfer money to them mainly by mobile money.
Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority does not transact mobile money accounts, period.
Meanwhile, luck has run out on one suspected swindler called Samson, who allegedly bolted with 9,000 Ghana cedis belonging to one Mr. and Mrs. Agbenyega.
When we met this guy, what they did was that he took me in, showed me the cards, to show me 2 cards, and then my wife pulled out the money and said, look, this is the money that you said you need to start the process. Yes. He said he needs to go through the process by paying everything before they can release the car to us. So he needs the money. Then even the guy called him.
The Emmanuel entry.
I don't know him, but even this guy told us that his name is Emmanuel. This guy sitting here told us that his name is Emmanuel.
Initially, Samson had denied ever meeting Mr. and Mrs. Agbenyega. According to Mr. and Mrs. Agbenyega, they had taken a picture of the suspect after handing over the money to him, which assisted the port security to track him down.
Where is the receipt? He said, he can't give us a receipt immediately. So my wife thought of it for a while and said, look, can we take a picture?
Another victim who claimed Samson had defrauded him of 1,600 Ghana cedis also showed up, but Samson denied knowing him.
He took me to another building, but he couldn't enter. And because when he opened, they only asked and he couldn't enter. So he said, this is your office. He said, no, this is where everybody, is an office for everybody. Since I asked. And I asked, your office, because if you said it's a company, you should have an office. But in as much as we are delaying, we should try and do, we have to pay some rent, shipping line, and that will be about 1,600. So I should give the 24,000. The 24,000 is the duty they told me. So I should give the 24,000 to him, and then go with the guy to go and pay the 16,600.
He, however, maintained that he has never met this man who claimed Samson had defrauded him of 1,600 Ghana cedis.
I have not seen him before. I don't know. Have you heard of him before? I have not heard of him. I don't know him. I don't do business with him before. Have you seen somebody who resembles him? Not at all. I don't know him. Sorry, I don't know this man. I don't have any issue with anybody. But I don't know him from Adam.
Samson later pleaded that he's allowed to pay the 9,000 Ghana cedis he took from Mr. and Mrs. Agbenyega so that the police will not be invited into the case. It emerged that another person has also reported Samson to the Tema Community 2 police station for defrauding him of 27,000 Ghana cedis.
Main victims have been persons who have been seeking to buy very cheap cars, very good cars, but at very cheap prices.
If you want a car to buy, the best thing to do is to go to the garages. I've bought a car before, that's why I bought it. I'm the marketing and public affairs manager of the port, but I have never attempted to buy a car in the port.
It was then revealed that Samson has already served 1 year in jail for defrauding by false pretense. Samson is now in police custody and will soon be arraigned before the court. The port security has intensified its efforts to clamp down on all such people who are taking advantage of the lack of knowledge of the public to defraud them.
We print many of the valued books ourselves, and then we are in touch with a consultant who would help us incorporate some security features that will be very difficult for people to copy. Apart from that, our port is becoming an electronic an e-port, and we're going to move away from this the handling of physical cash to virtually close to a cashless system. Additionally, the port is setting up for the security department a forensic laboratory that will have the capability to find out how authentic documents are.
In some instances, fake documents are presented by these fraudsters to deceive their victims.
They prepare fictitious documents that look like real deals or real contracts. This particular one, the amount of money involved was 10,500 cedis, and the gentleman paid 2,500, leaving a balance of 8,000, and was just about to pay the 8,000 when he contacted us to verify whether indeed the transaction was entering into was genuine or otherwise. And then he discovered that it's fraud.
Persons who are bold enough to come forth, or who have the time on their side to come forth and come and ask whether their documents are genuine or not, can always be held out. For GPHA documents, apart from the hologram that we have on them, we also emboss them electronically. And therefore, for those who are familiar with our documents, if you get a document that hasn't been embossed, it means it is fake.
Anybody who presents a document bearing the name of Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority or Tema Port to you, purporting to enter into an agreement with you to buy a car or buy anything in the port, know in the first place that it's a fraudulent document, because Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority does not buy and sell in the port, period.
The general public is, however, being cautioned against issuing money to faceless individuals, and also warned that the port does not engage in buy and selling of cars. The only agency involved in auctioning of cars is Customs, but they do that with prior notice to the general public.
If you want a car, go to the accredited dealers in cars and go and buy your cars. Don't buy cars making payments for such cars without seeing their documents, and also, worst of all, transferring money to a faceless individual you only contact by telephone, and you transfer this money to unwittingly through mobile money to accounts that are non-existent.
If anybody presents any document like that to you, we've given you our telephone numbers. Just make a call, just pick a telephone and make a call to verify. It's as simple as that.
Well, following that story, I'm sure from now you should be careful about the sort of people you transact business with. Iron Port returns pretty shortly after the break.
I've got no need to worry. I've got no room for doubt. No matter what's coming at me, you'll always be the beautiful I sing about. There ain't no limitations to your amazing grace. Your amazing grace. And there's something about the way your love shines on my face. Oh no, I can never get enough of you.
Star Assurance, creating smiles since 1985. Let go. Let's celebrate 30 years of solid partnership. Star Assurance, your solid partner.
I'll take care of you.
There's a place in my heart that makes me feel that you're the one. It's a place I wanna be, 'cause satisfaction guaranteed. From strength to strength you help me grow, 'cause you're there for me. And teach me how to be independent, 'cause you
The Royal Bank.
The Royal Bank.
The Royal Bank.
Bank you with transparency, commitment to integrity.
The Royal Bank.
The Royal Bank. The Royal Bank.
The Royal Bank. Real banking, real difference.
UT Logistics have come to stay. When you approach a job like the way we approach it, each job is unique. Each client is unique. We provide the best service in the system. We have best staff. We are very fast. We are quick, and we save customers a lot of money. We are very transparent as well, and we approach every job with professionalism and the seriousness that it requires.
Welcome back. Next up are some activities happening within the port and maritime industry. The Port of Tema is known in the sub-region to have the best security and safety systems in place, and this feat is evident in the many vessels that have often taken refuge at the anchorage of the port. As part of efforts to improve the performance of port security personnel, the Ghana Port and Harbours Authority have partnered the American Coast Guard to hold an international shipping and port security implementation seminar for 40 security personnel. The seminar was aimed at renewing the confidence of port security personnel as well as assured stakeholders of the port's preparedness to protect vessels and cargoes in the port and protect Ghana's marine space. Participants were taken through ISPS implementation strategies, port security plans, and how to translate those plans into actions, contingency plans, and implementation as well. A facilitator opined that the training will go a long way to increase the confidence of port security personnel in the discharge of their duties as well as enhance the commercial viability of the port.
It provides a framework of how to further their security practices and enhance their global supply chain. By increasing their security posture and improving their procedures or further improving their procedures, they can enhance the commercial viability of their port and increase confidence in their operations.
The Port Security Manager, Kenel Batabana, said the seminar will go a long way to boost the performance of participants and broaden their horizon in their field of work.
Port of Tema is known in the sub-region to have the best security system in place, and because of that, our traffic keeps increasing from day to day. And we do not also have any intention of ever disappointing the stakeholders in the maritime industry as far as the safety of their persons, their vessels, and their cargo in the Port of Tema is concerned. And that's why we keep building on our capacity at all times.
The port security personnel had in earlier weeks undertaken intensive studies in intelligence forensics. The Director General of GPHA, Richard Anamo, commended the training facilitators and prayed for further collaboration. Various security services in Tema have embarked on what they call a civil security cooperation and rescue mission to the Krobo Mountains. This is the 5th edition of the exercise, which is organized annually by the Rescue Mission, aimed at fostering higher and better relationship between the security services and their civilian counterparts. Addressing personnel of the security services, the National Coordinator of the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, Brigadier General Francis Veb Sanziri, entreated personnel to play leadership roles in their communities. He observed that but for the crucial role played by security personnel, the country wouldn't be where it is today.
Port security, if they are not there, in fact, all the goods will be taken out. Or they will go in and customs will not have any chance of even putting any tax on them. All these things that we are doing is to facilitate whatever government is doing towards the welfare of the citizens of this country.
The annual rescue mission is supported by institutions like the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority and the Korean residents in Ghana, who were religious participants of the exercise. Rescue exercises were carried out by the Ghana National Fire Service as part of their duties of protecting lives and properties.
We came in to come and take part in the exercise to network with our colleagues in the various security agencies, and also to keep fit by going up the hill and down. Everybody who went up and came down and certainly enjoyed it, and then also tested his or her fitness level.
The head of fire and safety at the Port of Tema, Jimmy Nab Daisy, is urging the public, particularly port users, to strictly adhere to the safety notices placed at vantage points in the Port of Tema. Port users are expected to put on reflectors, headgears, and safety boots depending on areas where they are transacting, and also use only demarcated walkways in order to avert any accident.
Smoking is not allowed in the port. That is from nonsense. Smoking is not allowed in the port. If you should enter the port, you will see a signpost revealing to you that one need to put on helmet, one need to put on reflective vest, one need to put on no smoking, and all these measures are there. And this tells whoever enters the port what he or she should do. Very good. In the port, there's supposed not to be any naked fire.
The Fire and Safety Department of GPHA is often called upon to assist in rescue and firefighting efforts, including the recent flood and fire disaster at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle, the fire outbreak at the Central Medical Stores, and collapse of the Melcom Shopping Mall building, among others. Jimmy Nab Daisy noted that his outfit is currently equipped with 2 dual-purpose fire tenders to combat any unforeseen disasters.
We have 2 fire tenders, well equipped in the sense that, considering most of the hazards we normally encounter, incidents we normally handle, what we have now can really stand the test of time.
He revealed that regular education is ongoing to alert port users. He said his outfit closely monitors safety conditions within the port and is optimistic of total security. On the foreign front, a ferry carrying 189 passengers and crew capsized on July 2nd, minute after it left a central Philippine port in choppy waters. At least 59 people died and 145 survived, including all 18 crew members. About 127 people were rescued by nearby fishing boats and Coast Guard personnel. Meanwhile, police in a central Philippine city said on Saturday that they have filed murder complaints against the owner and the crew of the ferry.
Sing about there ain't no limitations to your amazing grace, your amazing grace. And there's something about the way your love shines on my face. Oh no, I can never get enough of you.
Star Assurance, creating smiles since 1985. Let go. Let's celebrate 30 years of solid partnership. Star Assurance, your solid partner.
I'll take care of you.
Banking with transparency, commitment to integrity. The Royal Bank, the Royal Bank.
The Royal Bank, real banking, real difference.
UT Logistics have come to stay. When you approach a job like the way we approach it, each job is unique. Each client is unique. We provide the best service in the system. We have best staff. We are very fast. We are quick, and we save customers a lot of money. We are very transparent as well, and we approach every job with professionalism and the seriousness that it requires.
Shadows of vessels in the port, those at anchorage and those expected for the week, are next on your screens. Comments and concerns are next, again on your screens.
Benjamin says I have imported goods from China. When I checked on the Ghana Revenue Authority and Customs website to get the item code and corresponding duties, it appears the destination inspection company used a different item code for my goods, which has increased the amount I should pay. What can I do? Isaac Mensah from Germany writes, please, EOP, I'll be grateful if you could give me the clearance cost of Ford Transits with the following VIN number. Robert from McCarthy Hill wants to know if destination inspection companies will cease issuing FCVR to importers and customs will take over the valuation of goods. Bob, customs intend to take over the valuation of cargo from the DICs. However, no official communication has been given yet.
Fraud alert. GPHA does not auction. Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority wishes to inform the general public that the authority does not buy and sell on internet platforms and does not auction cars and other items in and around the port. Beware of fraudsters who claim to auction cars and other items in the ports and defraud people in the process. For further information, contact tema@ghanaports.net or call +233 303 202 758. Beware of fraudsters.
Well, and that should be all for today's edition of Eye on Port. We'll be back same time next week on this same platform. Thanks to my sponsors, that's UT Logistics, Star Assurance, GCNet, the Royal Bank, and now the Business and Financial Times. Always try to get copies of the Tuesday edition of BNFT, and you should be reading a lot more about Eye on Port and also the port's activities. Well, thanks to the entire crew for supporting. Solomon Anderson is behind the camera, also assisted the production with Grace Achre Akom. Joe Lavo edited the program, and Paul Asariansa, as usual, the executive producer for the program. I thank you also for watching. See you next time.